So Tanya this morning is going to share testimony with us. So we're super excited about that. So give Tanya a hand as she come up. There we go. Have fun.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. I don't normally speak on a microphone, but anyway, I'll do my best. I just want to tell you my story. About 18 months ago, I fell off the mountain, and I survived. So it was all about God saving my life, and people like you praying for me. And my husband's also here today, Lawrence. He prayed very hard for me, and I think his hair became very grey in that time. So, last week, I know Paul spoke about intercession and that we should pray for each other. But I really want to tell you how much this praying that we do before the staff meeting really means to other people. Like, I think when I started here, December, my name was also on the list, because then I fell again. I broke my arm. Anyway, so my name was on the list, and I was like, oh, you're really praying for me. And yeah, it's fine, my arm's fine, so thanks. So I'm going to try to show you a few photos and just tell you the story of what happened. Okay, and Andre, I just want to thank him. Also, he helped me with the photos and the slides and everything. Thanks. Okay, I used to be a road runner for a very long time. We lived in Pretoria, and I think 25 years, then in Bloem, and then we came here, and I still just stayed on the road. I never went on the trail. I never went to the mountains. I thought you needed a guide to take you, so I never went. But anyway, about 5 years ago, that opened up to me. And this is just me and a friend. She's one of the paramedics that saved me the day that I fell off the mountain. Her name is Simone. But then I never really went into the mountains until I got dogs. So now I got a few pictures of my dogs. Andre, you can just show them the pictures. Yeah, they can drink from a bladder. They can run. They never get tired. And yeah, they're also lap dogs. So I was always afraid to go alone into the bushes and in the forest because, I thought I have to have protection. So this was my four-legged angels for a while. Okay, and then I got a friend, her name is Tia. The one day she asked me, do you want to do 6 peaks with me? And I said, well, I have the whole morning. And she said, that's not going to be enough. You need the whole day. So anyway, we took 18 or 19 hours to do it. And then I realized the mountains. It went up, it opened up for me. So I was like Heidi, I think, in the mountains. That story, it shows my age, that Heidi and the Berge. Okay, and then now the story that I actually want to tell is about the 28th of August, 2020. Someone asked me to show them a shortcut to Craddock Peak. So you park in Montague Pass, and then it's about 4 km, and then you're at the top of Craddock Peak. Yeah, there it shows the 4 km is the short route. So that day we did that route, and we've done it several times, but we also came back down there. And that's where the big mistake happened. So I didn't really realize it was so, the rocks were loose and where I was going down. So anyway, I fell down there somewhere. I'll show you a picture just now. That's from far away, how it looks. There's a little pink dot, and there's where I fell down. Okay, so I thought it was a gully that I could climb down, but obviously somewhere I slipped and I fell. So I never realized I was going to fall, and I never woke up there. And then there was a helicopter that came to save me. Okay, so luckily they took me to the hospital, and about 6 days later I woke up. I felt very rested. Everyone else looked very worried. I've never had as much sleep in my life, but anyway, everyone was really worried. And okay, I realized, I fell, and the only thing I forgot was the fall. Everything else I could remember. Everyone's names, my name. I didn't have any personality change or anything. My husband says I still have the same nonsense. So I'm still the same. So nothing changed. I've got nothing. Maybe a little bit vertigo when I get up quickly, but I stayed in hospital for about 2 weeks, and I was completely healed, and I could go home. Yes, I was. I think they induced coma for a while because my brain swelled a bit. Drooled a little bit, and my head was sore for a while, very sore, but then that also passed. So, that was now the story, and I'm fine. And with all of this, I just wanted to tell you now how much it meant to me that you prayed for me, because I really want to tell you, God overheard you, and He saved my life. And also something that I realized in that time was the heavenly armies around us. So I just wanted to show you a verse, a story in 2 Kings 6 about, in the book of Kings, the Bible describes how God provides an army of angels, leading horses and chariots of fire to protect the prophet Elisha and his servant. And he opens the servant's eyes so that they can see the angelic army around them. So if you read in 2 Kings 6, 16 and 17, there's a really beautiful story about Elisha's servant that couldn't see. He couldn't see the army of angels. And then Elisha prayed for him, and his eyes opened up. And then he also told him, I think it's the next one, okay, so don't be afraid. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. So it also made me realize that when we pray, like Paul also said, it opens up heaven on top of you. I also believe it's with the angels protecting you. A lot of stuff that we can't see. And then, what did I wanted to say? Oh yes, then one day on the mat, okay, I did this race. I got to the top of the place close to where I fell, and there was a lady playing violin. But she looked like an angel to me. I just wanted to show you those 2 pictures as well of the lady. It was also just for me like, okay, the angels are here. She was playing there on the mat, violin. It was so beautiful. The orange dot is more or less where I fell. Okay. And it was just also personal to me how God did that for me, I'm not saying He did it just for me, but I was like, wow, okay, there's a lady playing violin at the place where I'm supposed to go up the mountain where I fell. So I was like, it was like a holy place for me then. And then another time I went there were porcupines, so that was funny. That was also funny. They just stood there. My dogs wanted to attack them. But anyway, so then the next verse that I just wanted to give you is Ephesians 6, verse 12. That says, our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, authorities, powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. Okay, so this is just something else that I wanted to share with you today. Okay, and then the last bit that I want to tell you is I broke my arm again. Okay, so then for the second time, I was in lockdown for 6 weeks. I couldn't drive. I was like really sorry for myself, couldn't go anywhere. And I had a lot of time to think. And then God gave me this verse, 1 Timothy 4, verse 8. I put it up in a few different translations. The one is, for physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come. The Afrikaans one I just want to share with you. It says, om te oefen het 'n bietjie waarde. And the other one, Afrikaans 53, says, it has weinig nut. So this is just something, I'm not saying you shouldn't exercise, please. It's just for me, it was too important. It was my number one in my life to spend all my extra time to, exercise, going to the mountain again. And God just told me that, there's other things to do as well. Spend all your time wandering in the mountains, because then you'll probably fall down somewhere if you do that. But anyway, so that is my verse. And with that is my word for the year, which is serve. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt. So that's my story. Okay, that's it. Thanks.